Morning to you. It's Wednesday, the 29th of November 2017. United Kingdom Talk. Good morning. I'm Chris Reardon. A little later than we are usually due to sleeping in a bit too late. Oh, it's cold out there. Oh, I just had my breakfast and went to put something out in the bins, and it's very, very cold outside. Don't go out. Never, ever leave the house again, boys and girls. Best to stay indoors at all times from this moment. Absolutely. That's the only way to do it. So, yes, very cold outside at the moment. Yesterday, I just wanted to say, as you well know, if you saw our emergency broadcast yesterday afternoon, or you saw our little chat, like we had a lovely chat last night from the chair, from my nighttime in the chair shows. I had a lovely chat to you last night. You will already know that I've reached my Slimming World target. I didn't show you this. I forgot to show you this. This is my 2-stone certificate. Okay, 2-stone certificate. And I just want to take the opportunity of thanking some people who have really sort of pushed us along in that. Number one in that list of people is Adam the Plumber, who's been on Slimming World for some time. He's got to lose an awful lot more than me. I mean, a lot. And he's getting there slowly but surely. It's all slow. There's no instant results, you know. A lot of people think they can go there and a week later they will have lost 5 stone. It doesn't quite work like that. You've got to put the effort in, but it is achievable. And I'm sick to death of people going around saying, oh, it doesn't work. Oh, you'll put it straight on if you leave. Well, I've no intention of leaving. No intention of leaving. You've got to put the effort in, and it's a lifestyle change. You don't just give up everything for a few weeks only to start it all again. What do you think's going to happen? What do you think's going to happen if you start eating all those things again? You know, your choice. You can be reasonable weight, or thin, or slim, whatever you want to call it, or you can be fat. Up to you. What do you want to do? And if you want to be thin and you haven't got the right metabolism, then you've got to do something about it, which is what I did. So I wanted to thank Adam the Plumber, who's really got me on to this. Thank you, Adam. I mean that from the bottom of my bottom. I really do. Wendy, who also has given me great encouragement throughout the last few weeks. And of course, the queen of Slimming World herself, the great Linda, who we bow down in her holy name. We genuflect in your holy name, Linda. And I missed you. She wasn't there yesterday. Linda wasn't there. There was someone else. An imposter who knew me, apparently. She's been watching these shows. So thank you very much to... Now, what was that lady's name? One moment she wrote. Jane. She also does Slimming World somewhere in Wokingham. Thank you very much, Jane. You were very good yesterday. I'm sorry I couldn't stay. I had to rush off in preparation for my new 65-inch job. Television downstairs, which I watched a little bit of last night. All right, so thank you very much to all those people there, and of course I shall continue to come. I've got free membership now. I haven't even got to pay. I get a free cup of tea every Tuesday now. 2 if I want them. You get 2 cups because it's all free. They got a proper tea, not tea making machine, tea water thing. What bubbles and crackles away in the corner of the kitchen, and because the Slimming World in Wokingham, the one I go to with Linda, is held in a Salvation Army hall, which is actually very close to the church I go to. I actually have to cycle past the church I go to on a Sunday. I go to Corpus Christi in Wokingham, and that's on the cycle that goes on the right. And at the end of the road, near to the car park, is what's that? What's that? Yeah, I've got some of my overnight oats stuck right at the back. Oh, I can't get. Oh, how annoying is that? Oh, there it is. That's better. It's gone. I think there was a bit of overnight oat stuck right at the back of my teeth there. Anyway, so you come down the road. Right at the end, there's like the town centre car park. And just before that is a Salvation Army church hall, which is where where Linda holds her Slimming World. So that's where I go. And all is well and good. All right, let's have a look then. Yesterday, before I came up to talk to you, I popped down to Aldi. I wanted to get some fat-free yoghurt, some... What else did I buy in there last night? I saved an awful lot of money last night. Have you ever bought... Do you buy spices? Any of you buy spices? Of course, with all this cooking now, and I've got some more meals to try out. I've got some more recipes from the internet. Omelette with spicy stir-fried vegetable filling. I'm liking spices at the moment. I've got a spice rack. Do you remember I bought that at the beginning of the year? It's full up. 3 levels of different spices. Okay, sometimes there's 2 or 3 on there. Because last night for dinner, I had Slimming World chips covered in garlic granules. Now, you don't put the garlic on until near the end because it all burns. Oh, and so you got your chips in the oven, the Slimming World chips in the oven. I've shown you how to make those on a show a couple of days ago, didn't I? And they're in the oven with the spray light. When they're nearly done, I suppose 10 minutes before the end, maybe 5, you just get them out. Or don't burn your hand like I did last night. I didn't have the tea towel folded over enough times, only twice. Oh, that'd be all right. Oh! And then you drop the damn thing, didn't you? Fortunately, the chips were still stuck on there, so that was all right. Sprinkle over the garlic and then shove them back in for another 10 minutes, and the whole kitchen fills with garlic. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, the smell. A word of warning, get your clothes out of the kitchen first and close the door. Otherwise, the entire house and your clothes stink of it. That happened to me on Sunday. I was sitting in church and I said, can you smell something, Vivian? Vivian's a lady that's sitting next to me in church. She said, what have you been cooking? It was spices. Spices had gone into the fabric of my jumper and was stinking the place out. Yes. So I do like spicy food now. I've got this recipe here. Omelette with spicy stir-fried vegetable. And it only takes about 30 minutes to do. We're not eating any more ready meals out of boxes. No, we're not. Look at this. Eggs, ground black pepper, salt. I don't add salt to anything, so that'll go. Low-calorie cook spray. It's got oil in it. No, I won't do the oil. Sometimes I leave things out. I leave things out if I know they're going to be might put on weight with that. Spring onion. Well, I'll change that for normal onions. Red and green peppers. Small red chilli. Oh, chilli. And root ginger. I've never used root ginger yet. And there's a method, so I'll try that one. And what's this one here? This is a something wraps. Oh, hang on. Is this the same thing? What's this one? Oh, that's an omelette wrap. So very similar thing there. I also saw a lentil lasagna, which you do in a slow cooker, which is quite good. So I'll get the recipe for that and try that out. But spices in Aldi are dirty. They're 49p. I paid £2 in Waitrose for these spices. You know the little jars, not Schwartz. I think they're the market leader, Schwartz. So here's like the Aldi own brand. They're 49p in there. So I filled up my basket. I bought about 7 different spices yesterday. Some that I was running out of, like thyme and garlic granules. And I worked out, that's £2 in Waitrose, so that's £1.50. I save £1.50 every time I buy a jar of spice powder stuff from Aldi. Unbelievable. And the fat-free yogurt is 68p in there, £1 or over everywhere else. And I had this one bag of shopping and I tipped it out when I got home and I'd saved £12 in 1 week. So that's 10, 20, 30, that's nearly £50 a month. It's not bad, isn't it? And while I was in Aldi, thank you for your messages. I'll come to those in a moment, my darlings, all right? While I was in Aldi, I picked up the Aldi magazine and there's some really good stuff in it. There's a lovely child's Christmas present here. Now, I don't know how old your children are. How old does it say these are for? It says 3 to 5 years. Now, one of my great nephews is 5. The other one's 4. The 4-year-old might be all right with this. I have a feeling at 5 they might be a bit old, but they're £80, which is quite a lot of money. But I used to see these for £200-300. Look at this. A ride on Land Rover or a ride... Can you see that all right over there? Or is it better over there? Hang on a minute. Might be better over here, this one. Where are you there? Oh, there we are. That is better, isn't it? There we are. See, a ride on Land Rover there. Look, £80. And a ride on Jaguar. Don't go now. There's not in there till Thursday, it says here. Hang on, 1 minute. From Thursday. Is it Thursday the 30th? Yes, they're not in there till Thursday, so wait till those. Look at those. Wouldn't you want one of those as a child? And you plug it in and it charges up, and then they just push their little tootsies down on the pedal, and it works. That's great. I would have loved one of those as a child. But we didn't have those things then. There's a horse there. Now that's quite dear. £130. I don't know what that does. It looks like it's on wheels. Let's read it for you. This delightful ride-on pony has a soft feeling body and saddle so that it feels like a real ride. Rise and fall into the saddle to move the pony's legs and use... Oh, the legs move! to fall into saddle to move the pony's legs and use the handles to guide the pony in the right direction. Wheels on the feet make it easy to move forward. Pop-down footrests. Suitable for ages 4+ years. So that's 130 quid. So that's quite a lot of money, that. That is quite an awful lot of money. There's some more stuff in here. Other toys I've got here. Let's have a look at this. This is a dog type thing. The little dog there. They've got £49. Again, a bit pricey. Lego. Now, they've got the big Lego in here. And it says £5.99 each. Introduce your little tots to the wonderful world of Lego with these family pet little plane building sets. And there's 2 designs here, so you get that £5.99, which isn't bad. Okay. Now, one of my great nephews, George, I'm getting him Lego this year. And I did see in here. Now, where is that now? I saw in here. There we are. There's some Lego stuff in here, but they're not really sets. They're they're things that you make, you know, not really a set of Lego, so you could make anything out of it. These are like sets, and they've got, let your kids build their own adventures with this amazing selection of Lego sets. Choose from 8 titles. So there's a couple there. There's a Star Wars thing there. All right, can you see that? And there's that thing there. I'm not quite sure what that is, but I don't think that would be bigger. It might be worth me going into Aldi on Thursday when these things come out and having a look. I think, really, don't you think so? But £5.99, I'd want to spend a little bit more on him than that. Christ, there's not a lot to spend at all. And there's so much in here. I'm not quite sure what that thing is. Buildable work trolley. That's a thing there, you see. It's quite good. Electric cars. Oh, they're Airfix cars, are they? Airfix cars. If you like gluing stuff together. This is quite good. A convertible book. And it looks like sort of a cardboardy thing, and they make it into a car. £6. That's all it is. £6. There's some really good value stuff in here. And if I wasn't going to Aldi, I'd probably get some more of the stuff here. And for smaller ones, I suppose, 3+ years. I'm sure some of your smaller ones have little sleepovers and things like that, where you can get them a tent. A printed tent that lights up for nighttime fun, ideal for sleepovers or playtime. Pop-up assembly, LED coloured lights create a pattern effect. Batteries included. Choose from Disney Pixar cars or Disney Frozen, and that's suitable for 3 years or over. And I suppose you put their little bed in there or something on the floor, and it all lights up and they go to sleep. You know what they're like, huh? You know what they're like. So I think there's some wonderful things in that Aldi, and there's lots more than that. There's drink in there, bottle of champagne, which is 15 quid. I mean, I don't know how good it is. Really, you know, it might not be all that, but I don't know. Might be worth having a look in there for your Christmas little bits and pieces. All right. Let's say hello to some people joining us this morning. Good morning on Facebook Live. Richard Leedham, you get the first message in this morning. Good morning, Richard, who's watching in Australia. Greetings to you, sir. Hello to Diane. Morning, Diane. Duke Chris is there. Good morning from his warm office. Duke, you didn't look very happy earlier. I just saw your little name pop up and it says you can't wait for today to be over. Is that so you can come home to me? Is that the reason for that, Chris? I'm sure it is. That must be the reason. Good morning to Adam the plumber. And we're live in the gents' toilets in Brighton Station. So come on, chaps. Hurry along now and stop hanging around once you've finished, please. Come on, in and out, in and out. People want those spaces. How many of you in that room there? Come on, stop that now. Good morning, chaps. Brighton Station. I don't think I've been in those ones yet. Are they busy? Good morning to Christina. Morning, Christina, down there in Portsmouth, who says you can make your own ready-made meals, better quality, and you know what's in it. Absolutely. There's no sugar. I never put sugar or salt in anything. Even if it says add a little bit of salt here. No, don't put it in. Never add sugar. Good morning, Ray Reynolds. Hi to Ray Reynolds. And over on the other platforms this morning, on Periscope, good morning to the Calm Before the Storm. E's there, GC's there, Morabs, Quicks, I think it is. Good morning, Quicks. Ciao to you. Uncove, good morning to you, sir, as well. Okay, I think you're a chap. And good morning to Luke, who's joining us on YouTube Live as well this morning. Alrighty, so that was my little visit to Slimming World, and I told you about Aldi. Can I just ask, I was watching back on the video last night, just to check everything had worked. The synchronisation between my mouth moving and the picture seemed to have been out a bit. Is it okay this morning? Could you let me know? Okay? Could you please let me know if that's okay this morning? Because if not, I can make an adjustment while you're there, and then it'll be sorted, you see. That's how that works. Good morning, Ross. Welcome along, Ross, to the show. Hope you're well this morning. So do let us know if that's the case, if the synchronisation is out a little bit. It might have gone a little bit funny since I did an update on the thing. I watched a little bit more of the jungle thing last night. I'm a Celebrity Jungle Eater Maggot in Australia type programme. I'm a few days behind on that at the moment. I'm not quite sure. I think I might have been watching Monday's show this morning or last night. But it's that Iain Lee's in it, isn't it, from Talk Radio. Now, I'm not a fan of his. I don't really like his work, to be honest. That's not to say he's not good. He will have fans. You can't like everyone. I like Shirley Bassey. Not keen on Beyonce. Other people will be keen on Beyonce. Probably won't like Shirley Bassey. That's just how it is. Not to say he's no good at it. Simon Keane. I was talking about this last night, and Simon Keane says, "Oh, you had a bit of a spat with him." No, never met him. Never met him. He doesn't know about me or anything. No spat at all. I think people look. They look for little rows and things like that, don't they? No, they've never ever met him. No, don't know. Just so I don't know where that came from, Simon. Honestly. And he was on there last night. And he had to do this task on the Celebrity Jungle Maggot thing. Tim, what's wrong with your phone, Tim? Oh, thank you, Ray. That's all I need to know. If Ray says it's perfect, then it's perfect. Because Ray will tell me if there's something wrong. Thank you, Ray. Tim, what's wrong with your smartphone then? What's happened to that? Has it gone wrong, sir? Let us know what's happening there. He had to go in a water thing, and there was like a little box. In the box was air. So he had to go in the water and hold his breath and swim under and get his head up in the little box, plastic box, Perspex box with air. Now, I couldn't do that. I tell you now, I couldn't do that. I go swimming almost every day. When I finish the show today, I'll go swimming. But I cannot put my head under water. That is absolutely true. I don't ever put my head under the water. So it's something I couldn't do. Anyway, so Iain Lee was doing this. He does a show on the Talk. I don't know if he's on several stations, actually. Talk Radio. I think he's definitely on Talk Radio sometimes at nightly, I think. 10 p.m. till 1 a.m. if you want to give him a listen. Well, he's all right on there. It's just not my cup of tea. That's the way it is. So he's gone under there and he's gone like that, and he had a bit of a panic attack, and he's got his head under this thing with the perspex thing, and he's trying to do stuff, and he's saying he can't breathe and all this. He said, but the only way out, is to hold his breath again and swim back out of this thing. You see, and he got out of there, and he was a little bit quite shaken actually. They had to give him oxygen and all that, and he went back to the camp, and he was telling everyone, and he's a grown man, and he started crying, and When he came into the into the camp thing, he was all like happy and up, and then he was crying, and he was happy again, and he was crying. I thought, you know, you've got depression. I know that. I know that one. He's got depression, so I hope he's seeking help for that, because you can get help for all that sort of stuff, depression. I spoke to you a few months ago, and I had it for years and years and years. 1 minute you're up in the air, and the next minute you're crying your eyes out for no apparent reason, and you have to go and see someone. And basically, this person just sits there and listens. And then once you've been to see them for a period of time, in my case it was 6 months, I went every other week. After that, it's gone. You know, and that was about 1.5 years ago, and I never sunk to that. I've not sunk to that level since. I can't tell you exactly what she did. Wonderful lady, but it sorted me out. Funny, isn't it? And that was over 1.5 years ago, and I've not once have I been to that depth since. So it does work. So I do hope I recognised it straight away. Straight away, he was crying his eyes out and went and locked himself away in a room on his own. He's got depression. Absolutely, he's got depression. So I hope that he could seek out. I'd send him a message if I thought for one moment he'd answer. But, you know, you send these people messages and they're very, very busy. A little bit like myself. I can't always respond to every single message that comes in anymore. It's got busy. I try. And some people get so upset, honestly. You know, if you forget something or you do something, they get so upset, you know, that you've forgotten something. And they either blast off some message. Oh, would have thought you'd have replied to that. It'd be a bit like that. Or they might come up to you in a place and say, oh, you haven't done this, you haven't done this. Well, I can't do everything. Some people get so upset, they won't give you any leeway. And then you yourself, as in me, you have to back off a bit. You have to back off a bit and leave them alone. Because it's like, oh, God's sake. And that doesn't help. It really doesn't help this, you know, if you're in like a situation. And sometimes, you know, you're like trying to fix something. Like something might have gone wrong. And then 10 people come up and start suggesting things. Or if you're ill, and then you'll get endless emails from good wishing people trying to assist. Oh, try this. Oh, please give it a rest. Leave me alone. So with the depression thing, I do hope, you know, if I was to send him a message, he probably wouldn't even see it, because I would imagine he gets hundreds of messages a day. So it's pointless. But I do hope that he does go and seek some sort of help for that. That's definitely depression. If you've had depression, you will know that as well. For someone to suddenly go and lock themselves away in a room and cry, it's not a non-manly thing. Just because he's a man doesn't mean he shouldn't have to do that, you know. All right. Let's go back to some of your messages, boys and girls. Good morning to our textu, who says, holla and holla to you. Hola, mahaba. Yes. Good morning to Richar. Bonsoir, comment ça va? Je m'appelle Christophe. Ici United Kingdom Talk. Welcome. I can do all the languages. Don't worry, all the languages. And that's it. Good. So that's the depression thing. And the jungle thing. Eventually, I don't think they won any meals that night, did they? So we're just eating beans and rice all day long. Oh, for God's sake, who is... you know, I'm going to start turning this damn phone off while I'm doing a show. I can't believe people actually... They see the show and then they try and ring. Oh, are you on a show? Yes, I might be. Not a bad guess, was it? I mean, your computer's on. There's a strange old bloke sitting in a multicoloured jacket talking. Do you think he might be doing a show? Possibly. Possibly. Good. Last night, after we finished our chat, I watched Holby City. Actually, last week's. I haven't seen this week's on my new telly. And then I came upstairs to work on the opening video. You know, the opening video right at the beginning? The diamond and all the little pictures. I'm working on the Christmas one at the moment. And it was up. I stayed up until 3:30 yesterday morning. This morning doing that. So I got up here about midnight. After we finished our chat, I came up here after watching some telly. Got up here. No, it was maybe a bit later than about 12:30, and I was working on that for 3 hours. And that's nearly done. That's nearly done now. So I'm just waiting for the little Christmas ident thing to arrive, which I've sent off for. Takes ages to do this. It's only a 5-minute video. You know, the one that I play just before we come on. So that's what that is. So I got up late this morning, about 9:15 in the morning, watched a little bit of jungle stuff, had my breakfast, and here I am, chatting away to you, which is quite nice. I've ordered a crucial memory. If you're after a memory stick at the moment, I've had to buy a new one because I've lost one. And I've lost one of Maureen's. No, it was my memory stick I've lost, which was given to Maureen, who watches the show. And she doesn't have internet, so we've got two. She's got one of hers and one of mine. And I lost one. And I don't know where it is. And it's only a memory stick, you know, no need to break out into a blooming blind panic about me losing a memory stick. But I did lose it, so I've ordered another one. Only $7.99 for 16 gig memory stick. Do you remember when they first came out? 120, 130, 140 quid, weren't they? Something like that? Oh, dear. All right, there's a phone number, boys and girls, if you want to call in. You'll see the Skype up there now. I've just added the Skype to that little message up there. If you fancy calling in for a chat this morning, there you go. You can Skype in on United Kingdom Talk, all one word, United Kingdom Talk, or you can phone in 020 8144 3477. 020 8144 3477. Okay? Right, let me just try and get your messages back down there. Oh, that's me talking on there, isn't it? Sorry. Oh, has that got stuck? 1 second. Hang on a minute. I think we got some news coming in from someone. 1 moment, please. There it is. Here we go. It's from Wendy. Good morning, Wendy, who's just done her Slimming World weigh-in this morning. And it says 4 weeks since my last Slimming World post. So I thought I'd give you an update. Today I have broke the 2 stone mark. Congratulations. By £2. So 2 stone and £2. Wendy Young has lost now. Funny old weight loss month. Week 1 maintained. No weight loss. Week 2, lost £2.5. Week 3, £4. Week 4, £2.5. So I've now lost 2 stone, £2. That's £30 altogether for our friends outside the UK. Oh, you haven't converted to kilograms. The youngsters won't have a clue what you're going at. Oh, what's a pound and a stone? We didn't do that at school. So well done. Well done. Since the beginning of September, she's lost 2 stone, £2. That's actually very fast, Wendy. Still a way to go, but pleased with my progress so far. Thank you for sharing my weight loss with me. So congratulations to Wendy. That is fantastic. That is really fantastic. Congratulations to the great Wendy Young on her massive loss of weight. Yes, indeed. Right, let's just... I think... I'm just wondering if little things are getting lost here. Oh, dear. I'm doing something wrong here. I know I'm doing something wrong here. Hang on, where's that now? Who was the last message? It wasn't Christina, was it? We've got stuck again. This often happens with the messages coming through on the Facebook Live. I don't know why, but they often get lost. They simply disappear from the screen. I don't know why that is. Let's go. Let's try and move down there. Let's try that one. The last message I can see now is the ready-made meals one. Is that the last message everyone else can see? Nothing works, does it? Good morning to Pancreas on Periscope this morning. All right, good. Some news stories for this morning in the Super Soarway Bracknell News. Now you think the Scouts are all good, don't you? Good people, Scouts. I was a Scout. Cubs. I was a Scout. I was a Cub Scout. I was a Scout. I was a Venture Scout. And I was a leader. I was an Arcala. I had my own little Cub group. Oh, but years and years ago. Years and years ago down in London. Well, in this morning's Bracknell News. I think Bracknell should have its own radio. Bracknell should have its own internet TV station. I do think. I would, of course be the centre of all that. I do think so. Or we did have a radio station here at one point, Hug FM. I mean, I don't know who thought of the name Hug FM. Awful. Why haven't we got Bracknell Radio? a lot of towns now have their own like little community radio station. My friend one was one up in Thamesmead, Thameside. Oh Christ, Thames something up in Manchester. Thames, can't remember the blooming name now. Thamesmead, I think it is. Thameside Radio? No, Thameside. Gee, I can't remember the blooming name now. I think it's Thameside Radio up in Manchester. My friend runs one there, and I've got a friend who runs one, sort of Oxfordshire one. I think Bracknell should have its own little community radio station now. I don't know why no one's done that. We did have a sort of one called Hug FM. Dreadful name. I don't know who came up with that. Hug FM. Stupid name for a radio. Why not just call it Radio Bracknell? Why do you have to come up with some stupid name like that? Anyway, in this morning's Bracknell news, look at this. Fraudulent scout leaders who stole tens of thousands of pounds, dear. Tens of thousands of pounds from their troop and a small IT firm to pay off council bailiffs have been jailed. Good. From February 2014 to August 2016, the Treasurer, Susan Gates, according to Bracknell News, took £10,489 from Warfield Scout Group. Cubs, do your best. Oh, it's the wrong land. Cubs, do your best. We will do our best. Using cheques and a debit card to channel funds towards troop leader and unemployed boyfriend, Ian Culverhouse. Culverhouse used the money to clear old debts and shopped online. When she feared being discovered, Gates paid back £1,300 from a Blue Solutions account. I don't know what that is. Oh, it's an IT firm in Wokingham, which she had methodically plundered of £61,000 of company funds. Gosh, it's a lot of money to nick, isn't it? Stephen Dark, another scout leader, became suspicious and contacted the police, but not before the couple of Bracknell had taken the troop and business to the brink of collapse. Oh, those poor cubs! Horrible people. In a witness statement read out at Reading Crown Court, Mr. Dark said funds were not available to cover payments. This damaged our reputation and meant we had to cancel a scout camp. This was a great disappointment to our cubs. Oh, those children! What horrible people! You must have known something like that would happen. How could you do that to children? Vile people. Our group chairman has resigned and no one has stepped forward since. We might have to close down our beaver... What's a beaver colony? Beaver... Oh, I think that's before cubs, isn't it? Because we never had beavers. When I was in the Scouts, we never had beavers. I think they're before cubs. So cubs is... Cubs is 7 to 11, I think. So I think beavers are before that. Gates and Culverhouse wept in the dock. Oh, good. I'm glad you wept. I'm glad it hurt. Gates and Culverhouse wept in the dock as Blue Solutions Station Director Darren Stokes says this case has had a devastating impact on our small businesses financially and emotionally. We have to work until midnight on some days and at weekends. 6 months later and the work is still not completed. Isn't that awful? That's just awful. To do that to little scouts. So you think the scouts are all good, and there's bad eggs everywhere. Bad eggs. Oh, I can't remember what mouse I'm on. There we are. There's bad eggs everywhere, isn't there? Not here in the Mirable Studios. There's not. Only good eggs talking to you this morning. Yes. Now let me see if this is working now. What happens if I comment? Let me try and comment and see what happens. Hi. What? So where's that gone? That's at the top there. I must imagine... Christina, I do think... Good morning, Nettie. On Periscope. I'll have to imagine that... You see, I know what'll happen. I'll finish a show. When I finish a show, everything that's been typed to me then suddenly appears. Ah, there we go. They're back. Here we go. There we are. Good morning, Kevin Bell. Good morning, Kevin. Welcome to the show, sir. A little later, I had to get up and make some food and my coffee. Oh, I don't drink coffee, Kevin. I don't like the taste of coffee. Not keen on that at all. coffee. Not very nice. I like the smell, but that's a bit. Thank you, Ray Reynolds. 11:08. Thank you, Ray. I've got that now. That's working again now. Good, good, good. Christina says we have a local TV community, Solent TV, and I think Solent Radio. Yes, is Mike on Solent TV? Mike Mendoza. I worked with him for a while at Play Radio. It's got to be about 5 years ago. And they were down, I had to get in the car, and it was all the way down in, just before Basingstoke it was. Play Radio down there, yeah. Good. All right, some more news. Let's have a look. Here we go. Where's our more news? Monopoly. Do you play Monopoly at home? This is in this morning's Sun. Well, Monopoly is notorious for causing blazing Christmas Day rows with the in-laws. But maybe that's because we're playing it wrong. Now, I have to say, it's years since I played. I love Monopoly. I love Monopoly. You get the little houses and the hotels, and you know, I can tell you it's brown. I can tell you the colours. Start brown, then there's a train station, then light blue, then there's get out of jail, then there's orange, then there's another train station. What's that one there? Pink. No. Then there's pink there. Then there's a train station. Then there's orange. Then what's at the top? Oh, what's the colours at the top? Then there's red. Then there's yellow. Then there's green. And then there's purple. Am I right? I used to love Monopoly. Me and my friend David, we used to go around our other friend's house when we lived in Roehampton, when I was, I think it was about 20 at the time. And we would go around there at 10 o'clock and we'd be up all night playing Monopoly. We loved it. We absolutely loved Monopoly. I don't know if it was the right rules or not, but we played by the rules we thought. Well, according to the Sun this morning, it says with the festive season approaching, you can bet that millions of us will be dusting off the Monopoly set, our copy of the classic board game, to pass time with the family. But while we've all played Monopoly countless times, it turns out that we haven't all been playing it according to the game's rules. An obscure Monopoly law has sent the British into a frenzy, and it completely changes the way the board game is meant to play. One frustrated player started an intense argument with a tweet, reading, "When someone lands on a property in Monopoly and they don't buy it, it goes to auction for any player to buy. It is in the rules." Now, I have to say, I knew this anyway, but I don't think I've ever played with anyone who uses that rule. Have you? What tends to happen is that, you know, you throw your dice, you get, I don't know, you get 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that might be Euston Road or Pentonville Road. Do you want to buy that? No, I don't want to buy that. Okay. Then they roll the dice again and it carries on. Well, actually, that's incorrect. If no one wants to buy that, it's supposed to auction and it goes out to auction. Now, when you think about it, Monopoly can go on for hours. That rule would certainly speed it up, I think, because then you haven't got to wait for every single player to land on every single thing before they buy it. Every time someone lands on something, it goes up for auction. I wonder if my sister wants to play Monopoly on Christmas Day. I'd love that. I've got downstairs, I think I've got 2 Monopolies. I've got a normal one, and I'm sure I've got a Wizard of Oz Monopoly downstairs. Because you can get all sorts of different ones, can't you now? Depending where you are in the world. There's certainly a New York one. I've seen a New York one. There's probably one in India, one in China, all over the world. Different Monopoly things on there. And I've got a Wizard of Oz one downstairs, which I don't think has actually ever come out of the wrapper, and I've had it for years. It's got to have been downstairs for about 15, 20 years now. Can't remember when I bought that one home. But, yeah, I wonder if she'd want to do that at Christmas. Mind you, we've got all the children, all the grandchildren, all the great nieces and great nephews are coming over to my sister's house on Christmas Day. And that's going to be busy. Oh, my God. That is going to be so busy. So there's my sister, her husband, me. Then we've got my nieces and nephews. 1, 2, 3. Then we've got great nieces and their partners. 1, 2, I think Charlotte's coming, Jimmy's girlfriend. 3, so how many is it? That's 9 now, isn't it? Then there is great nieces and nephews. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's 15 people for dinner she's got. Christmas Day. I don't suppose we'll be able to play Monopoly Christmas Day, will we? Can you just imagine the noise? I shall, as usual, be on the floor with the children. We don't want to be sitting at a table talking blooming politics or boring things like that. I practically begged my sister to have Christmas stuff on the telly because she has crap on the telly on Christmas Day. They're watching stuff like Top Gear and that programme where you get stuff out of a cargo thing, container. They're watching that stuff on Christmas Day. Last year, when they had a Let It Go, that Let It Go film, Frozen, that was on BBC One. No, they didn't want it on. They got bloody Top Gear on. What's all that about? Can we be a bit Christmassy on Christmas Day, please? Well, I can sit there and watch it. I just take my iPad over, load up the iPlayer and watch it on there with my headphones on and be boring, sitting in the corner while playing on the floor with the children. Don't worry about that. One of the games we like to play is I sit on the settee, right? And the children come behind the settee and I grab their hands and pull them over. They like that. We haven't actually got a name for that one. That's another thing we do with her. So that literally I'm on the settee like that and the hands, they don't say anything. Their hands come up like that and I grab their hands and pull them over the chair. They love it. Except for one. One of them, she can't do that because, unfortunately, I shouldn't laugh, her limbs dislocate really easily. Now, I, fortunately, haven't dislocated one of her limbs. Her name's Emily. Oh, she's a lovely little thing. She's such a loving child. For a joke, last time I was up there, for a joke, I said, oh, but no one loves me. I went like that and put my head down. She was sitting on my niece's knee, her mother. She's got off her knees. I love you. She's 4 years old. And she came over and put her arms around me. Isn't that nice? Eh? That's so nice. But I can't pull her over because her limbs dislocate. I think it's happened 2 or 3 times now where her arms literally come out of her socket and she then, of course, she has to go up to the hospital. Don't want to be doing that on Christmas Day, do you? You know, so I'll have to think of something else to do with her. Perhaps pull her up by her... I wouldn't be able to reach down for her waist though and pull her over like that. I'll have to think of something else so that she feels included. Anyway, back to this Monopoly story, which I'd love to play. I must suggest this to my sister. If there's one thing... so when you land on something, you're supposed to auction it off. That's in the rules. It says, if there's one thing in the Sun this morning that we Brits like to argue about, it's Monopoly. But despite some initial resistance, it turns out that the auction rule is totally legitimate. It's true. So it is actually in the rules. The game manuals section on buying properties reads, if a player lands on an unowned property, whether street, railroad or utility, they can buy the property for its listed purchase price. If they decline this purchase, the property is auctioned off by the bank to the highest bidder, including the player who declined to buy. So you'd be a fool, wouldn't you, really, not to buy it? You know, if there was this, a station came up, which for £200, I think the stations are, if that came up for £200 and you didn't buy it, so it gone to auction, then, oh, I could pay 300, I'll pay 400, then you'd be, you would have kicked yourself then, because by then you might change your mind and now it's not going to cost you 1,000 instead of 200. Being able to buy any property at auction adds a whole new strategic element to the game and can stop it dragging on too much. Yeah, it would certainly speed it up. We used to spend hours playing Monopoly, hours. It also adds to the risk and reward factor involved when turning down properties at first sniff so you can get them on the cheap at the auction. Well, we do like on the cheap, don't we? We do like on the cheap. So there we are. Keep an eye on that for that. I wonder if you've got a Monopoly at home, have you? Which one have you got? Have you got the original Monopoly? Or have you got one dedicated to the city perhaps that you live in, or some fairy tale character or something like that? Do let us know if you do. I'll be interested in hearing that, okay? I think the messages have got stuck. Either they're getting stuck or you're just not sending any. Good morning to Lurtubs. Good morning to Lurtubs this morning, joining us on the Periscope. Welcome along to the show. 020 8144 3477. Sorry, is the phone number. 020 8144 3477 is our phone number this morning. Or you can Skype in. The Skype in is all one word, United Kingdom Talk. Skype in is United Kingdom Talk. Okay. Right. What's the time? It's 20 past 11. Okie doke, boys and girls. We'll do one more little story. And then I must disappear because time is getting on. I've got a quiz to do tonight. If you're anywhere in the London area, I'm hosting a quiz tonight at the King's Head Theatre Bar. There it is. Every Wednesday, quiz night at the King's Head Theatre Bar, Upper Street in Islington. This is coming to an end soon. Okay? So if you want to come along, then you need to come along in the next couple of weeks because it is actually coming to the end. Either in December, I've been told now, or we might now go to the end of January. So I am... oh, dear me. So I am looking around for a new quiz night. I do enjoy doing quiz nights. It's the only one I do. This is coming to an end soon. It's going to become a food pub. Unfortunately, so they've not got any entertainment on there at all, just food. That's how it goes, I'm afraid. But if you want to come tonight, come within the next 4 weeks to make sure you come. It's at the King's Head Theatre Bar, 115 Upper Street in Islington. Starts at 8:30. Get there about 8 o'clock to get yourself a seat because it can get very busy in there, all right? Right, we've got the messages back again. I don't know why this keeps stopping this morning. I really don't. Christina, on the subject of bad people, she says, shame you can't put the naughty people who hurt and steal from little kids in hard labour chain gang. Yeah, and the rest of them, Christina. Burglars, thieves. Why can't we have them in chain gangs? Walk in very cold weather, outside, sweeping up and removing bits of chewing gum from the pavement. I don't go along with all this namby-pamby, look after the prisoners stuff. If you've done something wrong, then you need to be punished. Not looked after in a lovely luxury room with television set and all that business and computer games. What's all that about? Where's the thing to stop them going in again? No, punishment, dear. Chain gangs. Look at the chain gang. Who did that? Was it Elvis? I think it was Elvis, something like that. Good morning, Russ. Morning, Russ. Confirmation he has got a chest infection. Well, on the antibiotics, Russ, that's the only way to do it. Kevin says we always had house rules we made up and used. That's naughty, Kevin. You must stick to the rules, dear. Stick to the rules. Do you like the jacket? Mary, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, bought me this a while ago, actually. Comes out now and again. We need more colourful jackets. That's what we need in this world. Too much plain stuff going on. Morning to Ray Bolesco. Good morning, Ray, who's just got up, done long hours this week. You have a bit of a lie-in, but well, you're out now. Time to get up, Ray, and do something with your life. Do something with your life now. Don't be laying in bed all the time. Ray, I will wear this. I might wear this one on Friday, actually. Shall I wear this one on Friday at Central Station? Yes. Kevin says I'm American and my grandmother called it the settee. Yeah. Settee. I always called it a settee, not a sofa, actually. I always called it a settee. Thank you. Sam Cook did Chain Gang. Thank you. And Ray Reynolds as well. Chain Gang. Good song. Good song. All right. Let's do today's birthdays, boys and girls. Whose birthday is it today, I wonder? Richard Barron. Happy birthday to my good friend Richard Barron. I hope you're doing well there with your family. Lovely picture of you and your little one there. Happy birthday, Richard. 38. How long have I known you? It's got to be about 20 years now, hasn't it? Since you were 20, since you were young, wasn't it? Gosh. Happy birthday, Richard. 38 years old today. Never met him, know him through doing internet radio, actually. Was on a station called CMP Radio. That was my first... no, actually, it wasn't. First, I was on Live 365. I did a show on there. I don't know if they're still going now. And then I went on CMP Radio. It's years ago. Good morning to Kyra. Happy birthday to Kyra. William McKay. William. Happy birthday, William. Happy birthday this morning to Alfi Divine. Good morning, Alfi. 29 years old today. Now, who's that with you in the picture? Is that your lady? Very pretty. Very, very pretty. Happy birthday, Alfi, 29 today. Mark Litton, who I worked with in the Black Cap and Harpo's. Harpo's. Was it Harpo's? I'm not sure if you were in the Black Cap. Definitely Harpo's. I remember the yellow shorts. Do you remember the yellow shorts? Yellow shorts and yellow T-shirt in Harpo's. Yes, I remember you, Mark. How old are you now? Gosh. Now, when was that? 1990 Harpo's? I've recently been in contact with Steve Corbett. Steve Corbett. Yes. He's in his 50s now. Happy birthday to Rob Lambeth. And happy birthday to Cami Santoskoy, who's a very, very young 30 years old today. It's a great age to be 30. Anything between 30 and 40 is really good. Don't worry about going over 30 ever, because it's much better than being a teenager. It really is. Here we go. It's a great age to be 30. Oh, it's me. Hang on, there's me there. Just a minute. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Richard, Kyra, William, Alfi, Mark, Robin, Cami. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthdays, boys and girls. Thank you very much for watching. Kevin's birthday isn't until December the 8th. Well, you've got a while yet, haven't you? Got a while yet. It's only about a week or so, week and a half, something like that. Time to go. Thank you very much, boys and girls. I'm off now for my swim. Once again tonight, King's Head Theatre Bar, Upper Street, Islington, for our quiz, starting at 8:30 and going on till about 10:30. Have a nice day, and thanks for watching and listening. Don't go outside, far too cold. Turn the telly on, or turn the telly on if you want some real entertainment. Watch this again from the beginning. See ya.